Eclipso unleashes the final part of his master plan. Courtney, Pat, and the rest of the JSA have to come together to stop him once and for all. Hello, everyone. I'm Steve from Valhartv, and today I'll be reviewing Stargirl episode 13. So this is the season finale, and it was a big season finale, too. This was just about as good as last season's finale. We have a lot of things to go over. So we start out the episode with Eclipso talking to Beth and Dr. McNider about his master plan. So he's monologuing again, as all bad guys do. They all monologue. I love it. Even though it's a trope and they shouldn't do it, I still love it. Because he actually tells Beth that her parents are there. So we have this whole little twist. And he's just super happy. He's all giddy, about this as Beth and Dr. McNider try to go and save him. And, of course, then we cut back to the dream sequence that Jenny had last episode. And she wakes up and says that they need to stop Courtney from going there. So all of this is really good because it really shows that Eclipso's very, very malevolent. He feeds off of the darkness in everybody, and he enjoys torturing people to get it out of them. So, and the piece that was in Jenny's ring actually allowed her to see a glimpse into his plan, and what he was trying to accomplish. But she doesn't wake up in time to prevent it, so she has to hurry up and try to get there. But lo and behold, when Barbara opens the door, she's like, my God, it's you. So I was like, wait, I'm like, who is it? I kind of, had like an idea of who it was, but then when they finally showed who it was, I was like, that's awesome. I was like, that's really cool, and as the Courtney and everybody gets to the, I can't even remember what the business is called. Barbara works there, so I do apologize for that. But once everybody gets there, Eclipso just starts showing them all the different, evil aspects of themselves, basically. You have you have Wildcat versus Wildcat. You have Cindy versus young Cindy. So, and all the while, Courtney is trying to fight Eclipso, but he keeps, disappearing and stuff. So I thought this was really cool because it really shows how frustrated Courtney was, as well as, everybody else. But Eclipso's doing all of this to really torture Courtney into embracing the darkness within her. And that's really, really cool metaphor, basically, because they actually talk about it later on in the episode, towards the end. And it's very, very interesting because she does kind of start to give into it, and not only that, but everybody gets there, even Mike and Jakeem, and the one thing I didn't really like is that I don't know if Mike explained how the wishes specifically work and how you have to word them in a certain way to get them to work properly to Jakeem, or if Jakeem was just able to figure it out, on his own. Things like that should be kind of explained, on screen a little bit, even if it's just really brief, because you start to wonder about oh, well, did he just figure it out because he's the better hands like Mike wished for, or things like that. So that was one thing I didn't like, because Jakeem just kept throwing out wishes a couple of times, and they seemed to work even better than when Mike did it. So I was interested to know about that, and then a twist comes in, too, that they do bring somebody back, and I was like, yes, that is super awesome. And then they bring more people back, and I loved it. I was like, wait, what? Cindy, when she made a phone call, the people she called ended up showing up, and it was great, for the ending. But we had two people who really stepped up and came in to help out. We even got to see Solomon Grundy actually fight Eclipso in this. So I thought that was really good because Rick didn't have his super strength at that time because he was still trying to fix the hourglass and he couldn't fix it. So we get all of this different stuff in this episode, which I thought was fantastic. And then the junkyard guy, I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, but he's hilarious. I love the fact that they brought him into this because he's like, don't say nothing. He's like, don't explain it. He's like, let me just take it all in, and he's super happy. I was like, I love this dude. He's so awesome. And he is. He's great, man. He's a good sidekick for Pat, but he's a good partner for Pat, too, so he's not really just a sidekick. And, as we go through towards the end as well, again, they do bring another person back, which I thought was really cool. That helped them out. And we're also going to get a new teacher for next summer. Or, well, I should say for next season, not summer. So that's going to be really awesome because Pat wasn't really stepping up and trying to train these kids. But now there's somebody that showed up that is going to do that. And I thought that was great. And there's a twist with Cindy towards the end as well. And I was super surprised about that. And then when Pat, towards the end, he opens up the door because the doorbell rings. And he sees who his new neighbors are. I was like, this is going to be amazing. I loved it. So they really do a lot of different things in this. Even Beth is going to, it sounds like she's going to end up getting some upgrades too to keep being a superhero. So I thought that was interesting. I really hope they do start giving these kids more training and better storylines, because you really don't want to see people being left out or just dragging behind, because they're not bringing stuff to the table like the other members of the team, So I really think that's going to be interesting, and I really hope they do it well too, because this season again, they Beth, her character she's been helpful, but she hasn't been helpful. She goes to fights, but can't fight, So it's very interesting on what they're going to do with, because of that. So they really kind of need to step that up. So this episode basically was all about embracing the darkness and then finding the light. This whole thing was geared towards Courtney becoming more aware of herself and more aware of everything that's going on, with her and everybody else. And at the end, when she's talking to Pat, she says that, there is darkness in everybody, but there's also good within everybody. And sometimes you just need that help, You need to realize that you have good in you and somebody to help you bring that out in you more. So that's what this really, finale was about, was her finally realizing that she is okay, with being able to embrace the darkness and the light, because they're in everybody, in all of us. So the finale of this was actually quite good. I really did enjoy this, especially when they started bringing a lot of people back. I thought that was really good, and I can't wait for next season. Honestly, I thought this was good. Overall, the whole season was good. There were a few episodes that were very good because they slowed down too much. And we also are going to get to see the Helix institution in the next season. The final scene is about them. So I thought that was fantastic too. I would give this episode at least an 8 out of 10 easily. This was a good finale for this season. Again, the pacing of this was actually a little bit faster, but it was still a little disjointed because they kept going from, different groups until they all came together. So that was a little issue, but not very much. So let me know down below what you thought about this episode. And if you guys like what I do, please hit the like button and also subscribe. Take care for now, everyone.